Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Delia. I am on a budgeting journey to being debt-free. I share all cash stuffing videos on my channel, Budget With Me, everything that I'm doing along the way in order to become debt-free. This year has been unexpected for us. The video that you will be seeing as of right now, I filmed before we went to Mexico. We suffered a loss in our family. My mother-in-law passed away. I will say we are doing a little bit better. In the beginning, it was very hard for me to even talk about it, for me to even mention her name, or any memory of us together that I would think of would bring tears to my eyes. I would hear of friends losing their loved ones, but when it hits close to home, it's a very hurtful feeling. In your heart, you feel an emptiness that nothing can fill. She will always be loved and remembered. I will probably share more about everything in my upcoming videos. For today, I just want to continue on with this video. I know that if I share more about it right now, it's still a sensitive topic and I will burst into tears. I'm trying my best to just continue on and get going with this video. For this video, it's going to be a voiceover. For some reason, something's going on with my camera. It's not recording the voice. So I have to figure out what's going on. I'm going to be doing a budget with me for the month of January. To start with budgeting, I always get a monthly calendar. I highlight the pay days. I also highlight the following days. And the reason why I do that is because, for example, if payday is on January 4th, now all the bills that fall under the days after that, I use that paycheck or that money to pay the bills for the following days. I highlight, sometimes I use 3 different highlighters. This really helps me in my budgeting to see what gets paid with the first paycheck and what gets paid with the second paycheck. There's different ways of doing this. You can either do it this way, or for example, let's say your home mortgage. Our biggest expense is our home mortgage. You can do it either one way or the other. Let me explain it to you. I'm sorry if I'm going around in circles. Our mortgage is $900. It's a little bit less, but I just round it to 900 and I leave the rest for interest. I can get the whole amount with my first paycheck and then just use the rest for groceries and gas or the priority things that we need for the rest of those days or with that paycheck. Or you can split it in 2. For example, 450 you can take out from the first paycheck and then 450 from the next paycheck. And then just figure out what works for you, what expenses need to be paid, what bills you have, and what you can pay with the first paycheck and what you can pay with the second paycheck. Obviously, you have to save up the money and not spend it, which that's a little bit tempting, especially when you have a lot of debt. Our debt has grew. I will be sharing with you a upcoming debt confession video. It's going to be hard for me to add up all those numbers. I don't even know what my debt is as of right now, but we did end up paying for funeral expenses. We are in quite a bit of debt. I will be using a budget tracker to list all of our bills that need to be paid, all the expenses that we pay for in a month. And what I do is, this is just a budget tracker that I printed online. And then what I do is I like to put it into 2 categories. What gets paid with the first paycheck, what gets paid with the second paycheck. This is what works for me. This is how I've been doing my budgeting. I figure out what gets paid with what check, and then whatever is left over, if there is money left over, that goes into sinking funds or extra to pay off our debt, because I do a zero-based budget, which every dollar counts. I put every dollar in a category. I split the expenses so I can pay some of the bills with the first check and then some of the other bills with the next check. Here's my list: mortgage, internet, cell phone, credit card, water, electricity, trash, sewer, car loan, groceries, gas, car insurance, Hulu, our only streaming service, haircuts, savings, toiletries, emergency, and anything else that's left over, I put it towards sinking funds. I will then be putting the amounts of how much money I need for that expense. I will then add up all the expenses, and once I figure out what my total is, I have to decide what's going to get paid with what check, what gets paid with the next check, and then I have to add up our income. That way I know what our total income is versus our expenses. So that is how I do my budgeting. I know this is a short video. There will be more videos coming up, and I do have to make a couple of changes since this video was filmed before our loss and before we even knew that we were going to go through an emergency, and I need to figure out how much money will be going to an extra debt payment. Many of you have been asking me, and I get asked a lot, on where I purchased these pens. I think I do have like a link in the description box, but I'll tell you that they're the Stellar Triple Plus Fine Liner pens. They are dry safe. So I bought these because I had a planner, which I didn't use. I didn't want the ink to bleed through the pages. These pens work great. You can find them at Walmart and you can also find them at Target. I think I purchased these particular ones at Target. I think since then they've changed packaging, but you can always look them up online. I'll leave you that link in the description box below. Friends, as I mentioned, there's going to be a couple of changes, so I'm going to have to redo my budgeting for the beginning of the year, and I have to make a couple changes and pretty much like a starting over. Stay tuned for those upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching this video, friends. Please keep our family in your prayers. Prayer is the only thing that has gotten us through these difficult times. Thanks for watching. May God bless each and every one of you all, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye.